Welcome to another episode of 3-Minute Videos with Nathanael. In this episode, we are now going to solve 1G MAT Oxford 2020. The question states that there is a cubic and its two turning points here. It asks us to find the value of D. Now look at the two coordinates. We see that we have already been given the x coordinates. Because a cubic always has two stationary points, the derivative of the cubic is always a quadratic. Watch this. The derivative of a cubic is always a quadratic. Because if you d over dx it, this, which is also a derivative, this becomes 3x squared plus 2ax plus b, and the constant term plunges into the abyss. Now we need to find a quadratic equation whose roots are 1 and 3. We can do this by with any quadratic equation with roots a and b. The quadratic equation is x minus a, x minus b. In this case, subbing a to be 1 and substituting b to be 3 will leave us with x minus 1, x minus 3. Now we do the FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last. I think you might have heard this. First, outer, inner, last. Now this becomes x squared minus 4x plus 3. Assuming that the x squared has coefficient 1, we can also see that this x squared term has a coefficient of 3. Because stretching a quadratic equation does not change its roots, we can put 3x squared minus 12x plus 9 as the quadratic equation. Now to find a and b. 2a equals to minus 12, a equals to minus 6, and obviously b equals to 9. So now the cubic equation becomes x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x plus c. As we see that one point we are given both the x and y coordinates, we can put y is here, then we can substitute 1 cubed minus 6 times 1 squared plus 9 times 1 plus c equals to 1 minus 6 plus 9 plus c equals to 4 plus c, c equals to minus 2. Now we can write this cubic as y equals to x cubed 6x squared plus 9x minus 2. We need to find the value of d, which in this case is the y coordinate, so we write that here, and we'll substitute 3 for x. Putting parentheses around numbers is the same as multiplication. 3 cubed is 27, 3 squared is 9, 9 times 3 obviously, minus 2 equals to 27 minus 54 plus 27 minus 2. As you can see, the double of 27 is 54, so 54 minus 54 minus 2 equals to 0 minus 2 equals to minus 2. Hooray! We have now found the value of D. And this value is option B. This may look like a generic cubic to you, but this has given us two turning points. Now we know how to find a cubic from two given turning points, or at least one where the other turning point is given an x coordinate and the y coordinate is unknown. We have learned how to factorize a quadratic and expand it using the FOIL method, which I think all of you might have learned, but to me, I feel that natural expansion is somehow thing. It's called distributive law in higher mathematics, but we'll not worry about that now. This is an incomplete cubic. We substitute x and y coordinates to find a constant. Then we substitute the x value to be another value and find the y coordinate at that area. This is question 1G of MAT Oxford 2020. Now let me plunge into my bed and fall into a deep sleep.